Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Lila. If you don't already know, I own the business The Kraft dealer. So I go by either name, but you can address me as Lila. This is only my second voiceover. I have no idea the order of how I'm going to post it, but today I felt like I wanted to talk. So we're doing a voiceover while I'm painting. So the biggest thing on my mind, or the biggest thing that, maybe not the biggest is not the best word, but something that's been heavy on my mind recently is the journey of becoming an artist and your resources to understand how to get there. So this year was the first year that I took the necessary steps to actually figure out myself as an artist. Of course, you're probably like, oh, you own a business, you're making art, you've been creating art this whole time. But I never defined myself as an artist until really this year. I used to say I was, creative, I make crafts, I'm handy, I would use other words like that. But around January, February, it was something that I could no longer ignore that I wanted to do. I've always said that I always enjoy making art. I enjoy the process. I love painting, especially the fact of getting your hands dirty in the paint. That's always been my favorite part, even if you're not using paint, because I use other mediums. But I always enjoyed the whole process of it, whether it's chaotic, it's exciting, it's peaceful. I've always enjoyed the full aspect of creating art from start to finish. Even I don't know what to do, but I have these colors, or I have an idea, but I have no idea what colors. Just the whole process of it. I feel like everybody's process is different. So some people, they automatically know what they want, they start, boom, bang, done. But it's not always like that. I enjoyed every piece of the process, I should say. Well, let's go back to the resources. So for me, I like to research. I'm a Virgo. I do research, thorough research, top to bottom, before I really decide okay, this is what I'm going to do. It's very rare that I do something and just jump without doing research at all. So I wanted to do the research, find out how do you start and how does it work, and do I have to go to school? Do I have to, basically, what do I have to do? What are my choices? What are my options to get to where I want to be, to become an artist? So, just like everybody in this modern age of technology, I went on YouTube. I put in artists, mixed media artists, because I already knew it's already difficult for me to niche down. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Niches are my enemy of the world, I guess you could say. I'm not a fan of it. I hate that it's a big thing, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. So, came across, of course on YouTube, you're always going to see the big names first with 50K, 1 million, 1,000 subscribers. You're always going to see the big people, of course, That's just how every platform goes. You're going to see the biggest names first. So, I started watching them, didn't really find anybody that I super that I felt like I resonated with them, that I felt like I could relate to them, because I felt like they were so far, or they were so advanced, or their art style wasn't something that I wanted to do for myself, or I can see myself doing. It was, most of the time when you hear somebody say, oh, they're an artist, or they make art, well, excuse that, that's, if you can hear that, that's me swishing around my paint water, clean my brush. But most of the time when you hear somebody say that they're an artist and they create art, you look at their art, or you see their art, and it's like fine art, especially when they have like those big numbers. It's always like fine art. And I knew that I really didn't want to be a fine artist. That's not like what really resonates with me. Like, I don't feel drawn to, let me, paint my version of the Mona Lisa. I didn't feel that way. I just knew that I felt connected to just not that. Just a bunch of different art styles that may not be normal. Let me not say normal. May not be the average art style that you would see in like the MoMA and places like that. So I just continued my search. I did find one artist that I really do like. Shout out to her, A.O. Hammer. Hopefully I'm not messing up her name. But I really enjoyed watching her videos, especially like her vlog style, and just like the way that she does her videos. Like she's a well-known artist. She has a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, but it doesn't feel like she's like, okay, I made it. Now I'm gonna throw sponsorships and everything else down your throat. Like, there's nothing wrong with sponsorships. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with sponsorships. That's how you pay the bills. That's how you eat. But I feel like a lot of channels, they do that. Like, it makes you feel like, well, I'm all the way up here, you're all the way down here. This is how you get here. And sometimes it's unrealistic values. You just feel like, wow, I'm never gonna get there, or man, like, maybe I'm not that great. Maybe my art isn't good at all. Like, it just makes you feel not great. You don't feel as confident in your work. You feel like, maybe I should do something else. Maybe not quit my day job. But that's most of what you see, especially on social media, whether it's Instagram, it's TikTok, it's Facebook, wherever you look. You always see like these big pages. It's quite rare that you see smaller creatives on social media. You might meet them, in person at an event, but if they're somewhere else, you might never come across them, or it might take you a while to get there, and by that time you might have given up on your dream. So I just decided that I wanted to take time, and especially with my new art channel, this channel right here, I wanted to discover smaller voices on platforms, like people that I really feel connected to, where I can see like they might have like more subscribers than me or whatever, it doesn't matter, but people who feel more, the goal feels a little bit more reachable, because everybody can create content, but sometimes it feels better to see someone who looks like you or is smaller like you. You see the reality of, okay, this person doesn't have sponsorships, so they might tell you the real. They might not tell you things that are like, you should 20 ways to make sure you sell your art, and they'll tell you, get on Fiverr and make brand deals with companies and stuff like that, and you're like, how do I even start? And then you research that. How do I get a brand deal? Then people are telling you, oh, pay $100 to know how to get a brand deal with a big company. And it's like, I'm just starting. I can't just give you $100. You know, being an artist isn't the easiest path. Not everybody's making hundreds of thousands and hundreds of dollars a day. So it's difficult when you're seeing a bunch of that on your algorithm. People pushing you like, oh, make sure you're posting content every single day. Make sure you're posting this. Algorithm change. Make sure you're using this trendy sound. And after a while, all that noise just gets too loud. And I feel like that's where I kinda am. Where it's just like the noise got too loud and I just needed to come back and back away from all that noise and figure out me and what do I really want. Because yes, everybody wants to be successful, especially as an artist. If you want to be an artist, you want to be successful, you want to sell your work. You don't want to work a regular job. You want to sell your art. You want to put smiles on people's faces. You want them to feel the emotions that you put on that canvas or on that piece of wood or on that piece of paper. You want them to feel what you put on that piece of work. Not saying that those methods don't work. They do. But that's the best thing about the world. Everybody's not the same. Everyone can't push themselves to batch create content. Some people, they don't enjoy filming their process. I'm one of those people who do not always enjoy to film their process. Especially with the algorithm constantly changing. Before it was, do 20-second videos. People aren't watching long videos, 20-second videos. Now we're back to, you need to post longer. It needs to be a minute long or the algorithm won't like it. Like, what? Now I batch created all this content to make 20-second videos and you're telling me that it's no longer valuable. And I'm already struggling to do that. Like, isn't that funny? So it's just a daily struggle, I feel, especially when you're listening to the noise. You're a part of the noise. The noise is always around you. But that's why I say it's really important to find people who are closer to you and that make your goals feel like a reality, so you don't get so lost in the noise. I think that's my message for today. Don't get lost in the noise. Especially as an artist, that's very difficult not to get lost in the noise, especially when you're putting your art out there. And it may not be fine art or the simple art that you see all the time. The noise might stop you from creating something that makes your heart sing. And that's important. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below what you would like to see me paint next or talk about next on my next series of talking and painting. I guess that's what I'll call it. But see you next time. Later.